Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to the December 2023 shop update. I am actually recording this on Christmas Day, so hopefully I will also upload it today, Christmas Day. If so, Merry Christmas to you all. If not, if there's any reason for any delay, then Happy New Year. Okay, so I can't remember exactly what date I did the November shop update. I think it's fairly late in the month. So I haven't got a lot to show for today, but I have got a few things, a few interesting bits and pieces that I've collected over the last month or so. And also I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview of my next project and explain a little bit about what's happened so far with that and what's going down. But I'm not going to say too much on that. So, for this December shop update, a few gadgets and gizmos to look at. First of all, I had been looking for quite a long time and eventually found my endoscope kit. It's got the small camera on the end, which has got LED lights in it as well. And the only downside of this is that the plug on the other end is not USB-C. It's the old style like phone charger for various phones. But that's fine because I've got got adapters for that. That's not a problem. Actually, the little bag of accessories that comes with it, there is a USB adapter on there, so I can put that little plug on the end of the endoscope wire, and that's USB-C. So there we go, fine. And I've also got a USB. I think that's USB 2 actually, but I'll not use that one. Now this isn't a piece of kit that I will use often, but it really is a useful bit of kit. There's also another little gizmo in there. Can you see that? Probably not. So that it's got a 45-degree angled mirror on it. So that is for, normally if you look inside something with the camera, the lens faces forward and you see what's in front of it. With that little gizmo with the mirror on it, 45-degree mirror, it will see what is behind the camera lens, or the endoscope lens. It was a really, really cheap bit of kit, and it's got these little accessories with it. There's a magnet on there and a couple of hooks. And, for me, it's mainly for looking inside instruments to check for any damaged, broken or loose braces or any cracks or anything like that. Really, really useful bit of kit for luthiery, for checking inside instruments. And you have to download an app to use this, which I did on my tablet because obviously it's got a bigger screen than my phone. And it was really quick and simple, and it works perfectly. And you can record on it as well. I may or may not use that feature, but yeah, I've been looking for this for ages and I couldn't find it, and eventually I did, and I'm really happy that I did, because I have needed to use this a couple of times in the past and not knowing where it was. So now I found that. That's great. Okay, so many of my regular viewers will know that I'm having quite a few technical difficulties, which is similar to difficulties, with my my cameras. The cameras themselves, they were quite cheap, so they're fairly limited in what they can do, but they're quite good. But I did, unfortunately, drop one of the cameras. Actually, it was this one, and I put a little dent in the wide-angle lens rim. That's not a problem. But what I did do, which is a problem, is I damaged the internal microphone of this camera and also my external microphone. So the microphone I'm using at the moment is my Bluetooth wireless. It's a lapel microphone, but for some reason, if I have it clipped on here. It's really, really too loud. It overrides. So I've got it on a camera stand just behind this camera. So, you know, there are one or two other difficulties as well with the actual wide-angle lenses. They're not great. So, in the new year, I am going to invest in some new equipment. I'm definitely buying a couple of lenses, and I'm going to buy probably 2 or 3 different microphones, and you know, try a few different ones. I did find this really old style microphone that I had in a box somewhere. I tried that, but it didn't work. But to try that, you see, this has got a 6 or 6.5 mil jack on the end. Actually, looking at it, it's only got 1 ring on there. Now that's significant. So that might be why this doesn't work as a microphone on my cameras. Now, I have got some adapters. I mean, this one adapts 3.5 mil to 6, or I'm going to say 6.5. I think that's what it is. 3.5 mil standard to 6.5, but obviously that's the wrong way round for my purposes. I've actually got 2 of those, exactly the same thing. So 3.5 mil that end and 6.5 mil that end. And if you look, these have 2 rings on them. Now, I know for a fact that is significant. So you look at this one, my old microphone, it's only got 1, and these have got 2. So as I said, these ones were the wrong way round for my purposes to try that microphone. So I bought these ones as well. I've got 2 of these, and these are the opposite way. So you've got 6.5 mil that end and 3.5 mil that end. And again, as you can see, they've got 2 rings on them. So now I've got 2 of the, you know, 3.5 mil to 6.5 mil, and 2 of the 6.5 mil to 3.5 mil. So, you know, I've got all the bits and pieces that I should need for, you know, for trying different microphones. And as I said, in the new year, I'm going to buy some more. Okay, so that's that. One other thing I have bought, which isn't necessarily related to guitar and instrument building, but I will be using them for it, is these new glasses. Okay, we've got the band on there because so I can't remember what these are called, but they're proper handy because you can just hang it around your neck like that, and then when you need to use them, oh, boom, there we go. And these are slightly stronger magnification than my other glasses. These are 1.5s, these are 1.75s. But, you know, these are really handy because when I don't need them, boom, like that. And when I do need them, like that. And these are, and they look a bit nicer too. I prefer them to these ones. So, yeah, another handy little bit of kit. And that's my wife just texting me. She's on her way down south to stay with her sister for a few days. So she's away for Christmas. But you know, we've both worked really, really hard this year, and you know, it's nice for her to get away for a few days, have a little holiday, stay with her sister. Gives me a bit of a break too. I mean, I will miss her, of course, but you know, we live together, we work together, we sleep together, so we need some time apart, you know, a few days. So, okay, moving on. So these are going to be used a lot because they're so handy, you know, just like that. When I don't need them, they're like that, and they're always there because I'm always looking for my glasses. I can never find them or put them down, forget where I'll put them. So those will be really handy. Okay, so in a recent video, I think it might have been the November update or possibly the September one, I can't remember now, I told you about something that I bought, which is this 8-in-1 hub for my tablet. Actually, this isn't the one I bought. This is a new one because I broke the old one. Exactly the same model. I bought the same model again because I know it works and it works really well. Now what happened, I had this plugged in and I had my headphones plugged into it, and I picked up my tablet and dropped it. A £700 tablet, and I dropped it. And it landed on the plug of this going into the USB socket. I was really worried that I might have broken the socket on the tablet. As it turned out, I broke the plug on the end of this, and it no longer worked. So I had to buy a new one. This cost me 255 Thai baht. The tablet was nearly 30,000. So, I'm glad I broke this, or the other one. This is the new one. And rather I broke this than the tablet. That would have been a disaster. So I had to buy a new one. Yeah, and like I said, I was skeptical when I first bought the first one. I thought, is it going to work? It's really cheap, but absolutely perfect. Okay, so that's that. Now, a couple of tools. I may have mentioned before, I can't remember, but I have this reamer, which is just a generic reamer. This is not the one for like violin and everything. That's this one here. That's the proper violin one. This is just a normal generic one. And I put my own handle on it because they come with a little sort of thin metal bar that goes through this hole, but it's really uncomfortable to use and it's too close to the cutting surface. So I make a little wooden handle. So this one tapers from 3mm to 13mm from the end of the shaft up to the top of the shaft. And I've used it. Well, actually, this is the new one because I sacrificed my old one to make a banjo 5th peg reamer. So I bought this new one and another one of these. But I also bought a bigger one. So this is the one I bought first, and now I've got this one as well. And this one is 6 to 16mm. This one 3 to 13. This one 6 to 16. So it's a bigger one. It's the same length of shaft, and it's the same taper. And again, generic wooden handle. So now I've got 2 different sizes of these. I've got 2 of these. I've got another one which I sacrificed for my banjo 5th peg, 5th string tuner peg. And I said I've got the proper violin one as well. So that's those. How are we doing for time? I can't see that. Okay, I think we've got plenty of time. Okay, one last tool, or tools. I've got a set of these. What are these, you ask? Good question. These are radius gauges for guitars and other instruments. Many instruments have a radius fretboard. I don't have one here I can show, but many guitars and other instruments have a radius fretboard, which means it curves like that. And these gauges, I've got 9 of these here, are to measure what radius the fretboard is. Various sizes. So these are, it's actually inches. Now, when we say radius, we don't mean if the fretboard was a full circle. We don't mean the from one side to the other. It's radius. So from the outer edge to the middle of what would be the circle. So 9 sizes. We've got 7.25. 9.5, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 20. Show those. I don't know if you can see the gauge numbers on there. I don't think that helps much. Yeah, I think you can see those. So 7.5, 9.5, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 20. So yeah, I mean those will be useful in the future. I don't deal with many radius fretboards, but I have done in the past and could have done with these. So I bought this full set of 9 different gauges. Okay, so that's all the tools, gadgets and gizmos, etc. Now I want to very quickly talk about what is going to be my next project. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of clues first. Okay, I've got 2 fretboards, quite small, and I've got 2 necks. Now, many of you will probably recognise what these are. These are ukulele necks. So these are concert scale. So I've got these 2 necks, and I've got the 2 fretboards, brand new. Actually, it's all new. And I bought some ukulele nuts. There's a pack of 10 there. And I also, once I bought these, I found 2 others that I still had in my stash. So there's a dozen in there. And actually the 2 others that I had are slightly different heights than these. So that's quite good. I mean, they're plastic. You know, these were really, really cheap. But for ukuleles, these work absolutely fine. You don't necessarily need a bone nut on a ukulele. You know, it's nylon strings, so the bone nut really wouldn't make any difference. Not really. I mean, sometimes I like to put them on, but they're not all that necessary. So, I've got 2 ukulele necks. I've got 2 ukulele fretboards, both in concert scale. I've got some ukulele nuts, but I've got banjo bridges. So, what I'm going to be making is not 1, but 2 banjoleles. So this is my one. It's not going to be like this, the ones that I make. When I bought this, I mean, that's supposed to be the brand it was, but it turned out to be a fake. So I completely rebuilt this. Everything is new or replaced apart from the neck itself and the wooden rim. Everything else I completely changed and upgraded. And personally, I like the sound of these. Not everyone does. I mean, it's basically a ukulele neck on a banjo body. So the same tuning as a ukulele, G, C, E, A, although on this one I've got a low G. Okay, so I'm building 2 of those. So you've seen the necks, the fretboards, the nuts, the bridges, because on these you have a banjo style bridge, floating bridge, which is really good for, you know, adjusting your intonation. And I've got these 2 X wooden drums, hand drums. And, you know, I've got the wooden top on each of them, there's 2 of them, and I've got the kerfing inside as well for strength on both of those. Okay, so that's going to be my next project. Not 1, but 2 banjoleles. So my last project, the banjo, which is now finished, but you're seeing the videos, you know, in sequence. So you know the build is similar. The way I'm building these banjoleles is similar in many ways to the banjo. So I'm not giving any more away right now. I'm going to start recording this new series fairly soon, but you're not going to see it until well into the new year. And I have to say that unfortunately I did already record 2 episodes of the beginning of this build, basically putting the wooden top on and putting the kerfing inside. But due to technical difficulties again, I lost the footage of both of those videos, corrupted files. So bloody annoying. But luckily I hadn't done too much work. So when I introduce and start the new project, I'll be going into more detail on that. Okay, so next project, banjoleles, and they will be for sale. They're not for me. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up now, and I've pretty much showed too much of this banjolele thing, but you know you're going to see it happening anyway. And as I said, I did lose the first 2 videos that I made on this project, so you know I just wanted to kind of bring you up to speed. But you ain't going to see these for a few weeks yet. I may or may not start doing the work and the recording quite soon. But you know, I want to finish uploading all of the banjo project videos before I start to upload these. Yeah, I'm not going to take too much of a break for Christmas. I mean, like I said, the wife's away, so I'm going to be probably here most days doing bits and pieces. Okay, so as I said, subject to any technical difficulties, this video is being recorded on Christmas Day and hopefully will be uploaded on Christmas Day. So once again, if it is, Merry Christmas to you all. Enjoy the holiday season. Don't eat too much. Don't drink too much. I know that's wasted. And try not to fight too much with your relatives, and just have a good time. And hopefully the new year will be, you know, a good time for all of us. So, if you enjoy these videos, please, please, please like, subscribe, comment, share, all the good stuff. Trying to get my figures up. They are still going up, but again, still slowly. So in the meantime, please look after yourselves, look after each other. We will see you soon. Merry Christmas. Goodbye.